Welcome back, Maverick Nation. I'm Lethan Hampton.
And I'm Thomas Hunt.
Today we have a lot of great stories, and even one on our new Director of Community and Inclusion.
But first, let's take a look at how SJS fared during Hurricane Harvey.
After the treacherous Hurricane Harvey, we at Mav TV searched the campus for students who were affected by or participated in relief efforts for the flooding.
Did Hurricane Harvey affect you?
It did. I live in Bel Air, and Bel Air flooded pretty bad, so just being in an area where a lot of people around me were flooding was pretty crazy to me.
Did you do anything to help with Harvey's relief efforts?
My family has a canoe, so my stepdad and I got in the canoe and we went around our neighborhood, checking on everyone, making sure they're okay. There were some dogs that got stuck in places, so we're moving them back to their houses, just making sure everyone's houses and stuff were safe, moving stuff up to second floors and things like that.
This is Nog Sumu with Mav TV here with Ms. Bell. So what are your takeaways from the continuing efforts of the St. John's student body to help the city recover?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been prouder of our student body. Everywhere I went, there were tons of kids working next to tons of parents, working next to alums and faculty members. That's the kind of spirit that I want to see continue. So I know it's here, and I guess that's my greatest takeaway.
Thank you for your time.
You bet.
This was Nog Sumu with Mav TV.
One of the unexpected results of losing several school days during Harvey was the suspension of midterms. Let's take a look at what this means for the upper school.
Hurricane Harvey forced the school to be closed for a total of 6 class days. In response, the administration decided to omit midterms from this school year. The situation has us looking back on the effectiveness on midterms and whether or not it improves the learning and teaching process.
No midterms is actually really nice because we get a lot more class time and a lot more class periods.
I think it's a great way to make up the dates. As a senior, I was going to be really bummed if they had to delay the day we get out or delay graduation. It's kind of weird thinking, though, that I'm not really going to take an actual exam until college.
I would much rather have students learn something new for 18 days than to write a paper or take a test that covers what they've already done for those few months. We used to have 2 quarters, first quarter and second quarter, and you average the first quarter with the second quarter, and then you took the final exam, and that was your grade for the semester. I can't imagine going back to quarter grading. The students will still learn everything they need to know, if not more. So when it comes to classes that have an AP component at the end, our students will be just as prepared, if not more.
The removal of midterms has both teachers and students looking forward to seeing how this school year will end. Reporting from Mav TV, this is Lawrence Appel.
If you ever have walked by the Great Lawn, then you know that the new fad is spikeball. Let's see what it's all about and how to play.
Hey guys, Stuart Wells from Mav TV here, and we're talking about spikeball. I'm here with a fellow student, Lucas Jardins, who loves and knows the game spikeball. Lucas, do you like to play spikeball in your free period?
Yes, I do. I love to play spikeball, and I love playing with a bunch of my friends and having a little round-robin tournament, and it's a really fun game to play.
Great, great, great. So, what exactly are the rules of spikeball?
Well, you have 3 hits to get it on the net. You don't have to use those 3 hits, but you hit it on the net and you hope that the person can't deflect it or get it back to the net on the other side, like a volleyball type game.
Would you say it relates to volleyball like that?
Yeah, it's a little bit like volleyball because you're spiking it and you're setting it, so in some ways maybe volleyball players would be good at it.
So how do you think this takes away from stress from a normal school day?
Well, sometimes, with a bunch of tests on the same day or something, and you're done studying or on a Friday, it's good to have a good break and play spikeball with your friends.
Thank you.
Hey sir, we haven't talked to you much. What do you like to do in your free time?
Thank you for asking, Daniel. I love to play spikeball because it's a great way to get away from school, stress-free, and I love it so much in the Maverick community. I love it too. Spikeball and how to play. Rule 1. You must have 4 players to play. That is the most important rule of the game. Rule 2. Each team pair must be on the same side of the net. Setup is key. Rule 3. One serve the return must be a pass. There cannot be more than 3 passes before someone makes an attempt to spike the ball on the net. Rule 4. If a player spikes the ball and the ball hits the rim of the net, then the point offsets and the players restart that point. Signing off from Mav TV, Stuart Wallace.
Spikeball is a great game.
Another great activity is checking out a show in fine arts. What do you have for us, Lawrence?
Well, first, we have to give the middle school musical a big shout out. The middle schoolers performed Disney's Beauty and the Beast, and it was amazing, from the costumes to the sets and the great lighting and acting. These young actors and technicians pulled off a wonderful production. The entire Maverick community would like to express our congratulations. If you're looking for some great entertainment this weekend, look no further than the Upper School Fall 1 Act plays this Sunday at 5 p.m. and Monday at 7 p.m. in the Black Box Theater. Also, mark your calendars for October 25th at 7 p.m. for the Fall Band concert in the Low Theater. Now, let's meet our Director of Community and Inclusion.
Thanks, Mav TV. My name is Lethan Hampton, here to discuss the new Interim Director of Community and Inclusion. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Lee.
What inspired you to pursue this line of work?
Well, I got into education primarily because it's in the DNA. I'm a third-generation educator. My grandfather was a college president. I have uncles and aunts that are in education. My own parents were involved in education and civic work and nonprofit work. And so from a very early age, I came to appreciate the power and importance of education. So that's why I pursued that for both my undergraduate degree, my master's, and my doctorate.
What made you accept the St. John's position?
Well, I was first introduced to St. John's as a consultant. I came here in the spring to do some presentations for the middle and upper school faculty, and then later on in the spring for the lower school faculty. And I was very much energized by my work as a consultant here. And over the summer, our headmaster asked me to consider coming here for a year to help the school with their work in the area of community and inclusion. And I was very proud to be asked to join the St. John's community.
What specifically will you be overseeing in the St. John's community?
So I'll be working with all constituent groups under the direction of the headmaster to see that we are working very strategically and in a mission-driven way on diversity and inclusion in all aspects of the school. If it comes to faculty and staff recruitment for diversity and inclusion, student and family recruitment for diversity and inclusion, how in fact we have social justice and diversity and inclusion work in our curriculum. So all aspects of the school, I look forward to working with the team in this way.
Today we will be interviewing 2 students on how they feel about the new Interim Director of Community and Inclusion.
I think he's going to really unite us as a community and help us work with each other to reach a common goal.
Well, I mean, I think St. John's gets a bad rap for not being that diverse, so I like to see the director come in and really make every single person, no matter where they come from or what they identify as, feel at home here.
Reporting from Mav TV, I'm Lethan Hampton.
Embracing a Maverick strong mentality, fall sports teams are off to a great start. They've been competing against rivals, records, and a runaway storm, but St. John's Mavericks always find a way to harness muscle, mind, and teamwork to meet and master the challenge in front of them.
Boys and girls cross country are once again blazing trails. At the 37th St. John's Ramble last Saturday, Drew Woodfolk and Jordan Kramer both finished first in the boys and girls varsity races respectively. Maverick boys took first place in the team standings over #1 ranked Antonian. The girls were second behind front-runner Kincaid.
Varsity football is off to a 4-1 start, one of the best in the history of the program. Led by number 10 quarterback Wesley Gow, the Mavericks are averaging over 400 yards of offense per game. EHS is 3-0 while SJS is 1-1 in the conference. Calling all Maverick football fans to join the award-winning Maverick cheer team this Friday night at Episcopal. Kickoff is 7 p.m.
Field hockey, ranked number 10 in the West Southwest, is on a 6-game winning streak. After a good showing in St. Louis against some of the top teams in the country, the Mavericks have their sights on finishing the regular season strong against EHS and Kincaid before the SPC tournament.
Boys volleyball is undefeated in SPC South. The Mavericks just returned from Dallas, having lost to SPC perennial power Green Hill. The squad looks to close out the regular season in winning fashion to secure a top seed in the conference championships.
Girls volleyball is 3-3 on the season. After a sizzling start, the Mavericks lost their last 3 SPC contests all in 5 sets, barely losing to EHS, Houston Christian, and John Cooper. Kincaid is their last SPC match before the conference tournament, held in Fort Worth.
And that's a wrap up for St. John's sports.
Now let's check out our awesome cross-country team.
Hello, I'm Christopher Morel and I'm reporting for Mav TV. Today we'll be looking at the cross-country team and how they're handling being 3-peat champions. I'm with Samuel Ho, one of the captains of the cross-country team. Sam, are there any new challenges facing the team this year that differ from previous years?
So I'd say the main challenge that wasn't around from last year was actually the hurricane, because the Hurricane Harvey, it affected our training schedule as it kind of set us back a week from all the other schools, which in a short season, which is only a couple of months long, 1 week of training can make a big difference.
I'm here with Drew Woodfolk, another captain of the cross-country team. How does the competition differ this year from previous years?
We were the team that was really young and hungry, and now we've got a strong base of seniors who are older and experienced, but those younger teams have some really great freshmen, sophomores coming up the system.
So you guys aren't as hungry this year?
Oh no, we're hungry as ever.
I'm here with Coach Mercado, and Coach, how does it feel being in a position to win SPC for the 4th time in a row?
Well, it's good. We've got a great program going, a lot of experienced guys coming back. The hard thing is, I tell the guys, the hardest thing is winning 4 times in a row when you win 3. Everybody wants to beat you. I already know St. Mark's and St. Stephen's especially, there'll be good competition, and they're both already starting off well. So, we'll see how it goes. We've had kind of an odd start to the year, and having that hurricane, off time and all the chaos that went on. That made things a little challenging getting back, but I think the good thing was so many of our guys were involved in doing the cleaning up houses and doing that stuff. I think it kind of was a neat bonding thing and getting everybody recharged to be back.
Do you think the team's performance will suffer from being the team to beat this year?
No, I think, that's a mental issue more than anything. I think we're going to be physically ready and mentally ready. I haven't heard anybody, and I don't think anybody's worried, what if we lose? I know that's the thing, like somebody has a 10-game winning streak, or, somebody is undefeated, and do they keep their undefeated season and you try not to lose? I don't think they're worried much about that.
Well, it is clear to see that the cross-country team is handling being 3-peat champions very well and are hungry for a 4th. My name's Chris Morel, reporting for Mav TV.
Well, Mavericks, that's it for this edition of Mav TV.
Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube so you'll get updates when our new videos are released.
We're always looking for great news stories. If you have any ideas for stories you would like to see on Mav TV, you can email us at news@sgs.org.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Mav TV. Go Mavericks!